All right,
we out here? Is this the podcast? Are we doing a podcast?
We're podcasting right now.
I don't got shit going on in my life, bro. Let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. No. Last week or this week, you know I live in the hood. And I live, but I live on a balcony. I live on the third. Like I have a balcony.
You're the emperor of the hood.
I am the emperor. I overlook my my denizens. Is that a word?
You could call them that.
Anyway, they'd be like twitching.
Yes, the unhoused people who need help
yes.
in front of your balcony. Yeah.
There's always that is the one part about living in a fucked up neighborhood. There's always a good show going on.
Yeah,
there's like always some chaotic
new
thing. Like nothing there. It's like fights. Okay, the fights always that's consistent, but it'll be like the newness of it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people who aren't playing by the normal rules of society, so you get to see some interesting things happen.
And definitely, I saw some normal rules of society get broken.
Yeah,
this week.
Yeah,
bro. Cause I'm so used to when you live in a fucking jarring ass neighborhood, you learn to tune out screaming. Normal, and you know it, like you learn it because like other people come over your house and they be like, "I mean, you don't hear that?" You be like, "Oh yeah, man, they be fighting like that," and like you free, it just completely tunes out.
What was that sound? It sounded like gunshots. Oh, that was gunshots.
Yeah, it was. Man, that shit like the air, AC to me at this point. But you know some shit. My body feels it when shit goes off because there's a particular type of yelling that I'm like, oh, shit's about to go down. Like my body, I'm so accustomed to nigga moments and shit about to happen. I know when it's time, I know. I'm like, oh, I can go. I don't need to see none of the fucking opener. So I can hear people screaming from my computer. I go open to slide my door. I look down and I see a lesbian couple arguing while pushing a stroller. And like, one's real like, she like butches, she's like the man of the relationship. And then one's like she's wearing a pink hoodie. She's pushing the stroller. She's like the lady. And like, normal ass gender role type shit. And they're arguing, pushing the stroller. And out of nowhere, they go, well, bitch, fuck you then. And she's like, fuck you. And then the lady stops pushing the stroller and she walks this way and the other lady walks forward.
They both walk away?
And the stroller is just in the street on the sidewalk. And they're both and I'm talking, they walk to the ends of the sidewalk and the only one watching this baby is me at this point.
It's your baby.
I'm like,
well, as the emperor of the block, I think legally it is your baby.
It was so jarring to see a literal stroller just get left, and they're like and I'm talking they're like yards away. They clear, like the baby has.
They were playing like Mom Chicken, where it's like who's gonna cave in and grab our baby from the street.
The most insane thing, I'm like, oh my God, I'm watching this baby. I'm like, there's a free baby. There's a free baby. A free baby loose. Like, I'm like, somebody needs to.
I would say like unwatched baby. Or like,
sure.
Like
maybe not
free.
A free baby, but just like
buy one get one free.
It's just out in the open. Somebody, just a loose baby.
Baby.
So I'm looking. I'm like, oh my God. I'm watching. Nobody's like coming to get this baby. And finally, I see the lady in the pink. She starts walking back towards the stroller. So I'm like, okay. Thank God.
As the part of the couple who plays the gender role of the woman, the maternal one.
Yeah, she's like, let me go back. Let me actually take care of the baby because the man would abandon whatever.
Yes.
She goes back to the stroller. Tell me why. She reaches her hand in the stroller, grabs her phone, and then walks right back.
No way.
Yes.
There had to have not been a baby in there.
There was 100%.
There was a baby?
Yes.
Okay, well then so keep continuing the story then.
She grabs her phone and walks away. Mind you, I'm just watching all this from moment by moment. Being
hitting your blunt. Yeah. I know what you do on your balcony.
You're painting the picture very.
You're like, oh shit! Someone's gotta help this baby.
Logan, my cat Logan is like, what the fuck? He's peeking out the window. He's like,
no, I see the painting.
I was like, I know, nigga, what the fuck? He's like, we're both looking.
You're both like Ice Cube and Chris, like leaning over, like Ice Cube and Smokey.
Somebody got this baby. And literally, she walks back. So I'm like, every moment is just new to me. Like I'm just reacting to each moment. I'm like, oh, okay, she's coming back.
Yeah.
Bitch, she just grabbed the phone. she's walking back away. And then like she walks away. They cool off. And they eventually come back to the baby. Or no, the lady who grabbed the phone comes back to the baby. She pushes him towards the other lady. And then they just turn the corner. And
I think, they had it under control the whole time.
Sure, but it was just jarring.
Yeah, in public, this is like the theater of their relationship, it sounds like, the back and forth. They could probably do that in their homes. But outside.
Bro,
yeah.
There's so much, I'm like, from the baby's perspective,
sure.
It was just, yeah, man. You got to get used to a lot of moments like these. You might be. Yeah, just from looking up. Guess I'm on my own.
Look up. There's a guy on the balcony smoking a blunt. Like, what the fuck?
You got it, little nigga.
Yeah.
Shit, nigga, it's gonna be tough for you.
Yeah.
You were not growing up in a.
She's like, is that my new mommy? No.
I just slammed the door. You are on your own. I watched from the other side.
Damn. Well, prayers up for that baby.
That is, welcome to the show.
Let's start the show. All right, welcome to the podcast, KAWPS, the podcast. Keep you updated on our American police we have in this fine country, and let's start what we start with every week, which is the headline roundup. So here are some of the headlines of the week. Cops in Baltimore County fatally shoot a man suffering a mental health crisis. R.I.P. Glenn Petty.
Cops in Chattanooga, Tennessee fatally shoot a man who was driving away. R.I.P. Alrico Tremblay Jr.
Cops in Houston fatally shoot a man who was holding a slab of concrete. That man's identity has not yet been released.
Cops in New Mexico who fatally shot a man after going to the wrong house get off with no charges. R.I.P. Robert Dodson.
Cops in Omaha hire a police officer who previously shot and killed an unarmed man. R.I.P. Cameron Ford.
Jail cops in Buffalo, New York are facing a lawsuit for breaking an inmate's teeth because they suspected he was carrying drugs in his mouth after seeing him and his girlfriend kiss.
Cops in Anderson, California assault a teenager and give him brain damage.
Cops in Snowbird, Utah are placed on leave for sexual assault.
Cop in Atlanta, Georgia is charged with sexual battery.
Cop in Long Island, New York is charged with running a brothel and sexually assaulting multiple women.
Cop in Fort Lauderdale arrested for domestic assault.
Cop in Person County, North Carolina arrested for domestic assault.
Cop in Duval County, Florida arrested for domestic assault.
Cops in Sarasota, Florida shot a dog.
Cop in Haines City, Florida is accused of disability fraud.
Cop in Westminster, California is accused of disability fraud.
Cop in Miami pleads guilty to defrauding COVID relief program.
Cop in Cali steals $3,500 from an unhoused person who was saving for dental surgery. Fuck. Fucking shit.
Yeah, we got some weird ones this time.
Damn, nigga, evil.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. To steal from anyone, or well, let's put it this way, to steal from anyone, but on top of that, to steal from someone who's saving for dental surgery, and on top of that, they're an unhoused person.
This nigga was the reverse tooth fairy. He fucking, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I ain't never heard no, all right, fuck. Just an evil cop with dark wings and shit. He came at
just
night.
with pepper spray.
That's crazy.
It's brutal. Like, the headlines are bad enough, but we're gonna. You'll notice that we got a lot of fraud going on this week, and we're gonna go into a little bit more detail into one of those stories. So, what are we covering this week on our main episode? We'll be giving y'all an update. Longtime listeners would know, an update on the Long Island cop who shot himself in the leg and blamed it on a dark-skinned man. We got some details on the cop. We mentioned this last week. We got some details now on the cop who tried swindling an old lady out of her estate. We'll be talking about the cop who faked an injury and got caught partying at music festivals while collecting workers' comp. NYPD getting caught helping their recruits pass their psychological exams when they were failing them. And if we got time, we got a lot to cover today. We'll be talking about cops attempting to frame a woman for manslaughter while she was in a coma.
And on our Patreon, $5 a month, for that premium story, you'll hear us talking about the dystopian nightmares coming to life in New Orleans as police get caught secretly using facial recognition to spy on the general public using cameras across the whole ass city. So check it out.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Crazy story.
Or you know, all those, Brave New World ass books and terrifying
Come
shit.
to life.
They're here. They're literally
Don't
just,
you wish you could get lost in literary fiction? Well, good news for you.
Yeah, it's you don't even got to do that. You can just take your ass outside.
You can just walk outside.
It's pretty horrifying.
But yeah, we'll be covering that on our Patreon. We got a great Patreon episode for y'all this week. So just $5 gets you a weekly bonus episode. But on to our main episode. We'll be starting in our home, New York City, and an update on
Go
a previous go Knicks, go Jalen Brunson, go NYPD. But this is an update on a previous story, one of my favorite stories we've covered on this podcast. We'll be reading from NBC. A former New York State trooper admitted in court Wednesday to staging a fake crime scene, shooting himself in the leg, and saying someone else did it as part of what prosecutors say was an effort to garner sympathy. Thomas Macia, 27, pled guilty to tampering with physical evidence, falsely reporting an incident, and official misconduct in the October 30th, 2024 incident. Macia had claimed he was wounded by an unknown gunman. In court Wednesday, he said he created a fake crime scene near exit 17 of the Southern State Parkway by spreading spent shells on the road. He then drove in his state trooper vehicle to Hempstead Lake State Park, where he shot himself with the same caliber rifle as the shells he left at the scene. Very careful, meticulous man, this guy. Then Macia says he went back to the highway and called in the shooting. Prosecutors say he may have been looking for sympathy from a former girlfriend who is the subject of an order of protection Macia agreed to sign. So basically, he did this whole thing to get the attention of his ex-girlfriend who's got a restraining order on him.
The things we do for love. We've all faked a crime scene in order to garner sympathy for our girlfriends. We all pretended to shoot
Who's got a restraining order on you? One question no one is asking reading this is, I wonder why she has a restraining order on this guy.
So you're gonna have to like triple the restraining order. Like this is just like, oh damn. He set up a whole scene. That's like,
how could I show her my? Should I buy her a bouquet of flowers? Should I get an airplane to like do one of those sky banners?
And he made up a fake ass story.
Yeah.
And he said somebody shot him.
Yeah, I mean, this was a story we covered months ago when it happened, but it was like a whole manhunt because someone shot an officer and is on the loose. And one thing the NBC article doesn't mention, which is, to me, this is journalistic malpractice, because to me, this is the best part of the story, is the person that he said shot him, the detail he included was that it was a dark-skinned man.
See, that's what I don't like. It's like you said, it's like, I was going to give him credit for this cover-up because he's a storyteller. He had a vision and he went out. He
you got to give him credit.
I think there's something to having an idea in your mind and creating that and like drawing.
You're an artist as well.
As I dabble in writing and sketch and film and so when I see someone do a whole scene.
Yeah.
He sprinkled. We need props.
Yeah. But see, you're right. He's got the vision.
This nigga had an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah. But where his shortcoming was in his artistry was his writing, because dark-skinned male is too vague. It's too broad to be believable.
It's too cliche, bro.
Yeah.
This is
I would say not only is it cliche, but it's like the broadness of dark skin. Like, like who shot you? A dark skinned male. Oh, like what race was it? Was like a black guy, Latino guy? Was like Middle Eastern? It's like whatever. All of yes to all.
Yes.
It's like no. Any real person would know like what exact person
I was
this
shot
guy
by
was.
A Mexican.
Say Mexican next time.
Yeah, literally.
Say a black guy, an Arab, whatever it is. Don't just stick with dark-skinned male.
Yes, details. Show don't tell. I believe is what
this fool's told.
Yeah,
and that was his problem.
It's less clear. Yeah. If it was me, if I was setting it up, I would have made, probably cast the villain as more of like a Hunter Schafer type from like Euphoria. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like just like someone you wouldn't have suspected. Like I feel like the black guy's the red herring. That's like who we're following, but the real villain is like someone we got introduced into in the beginning. It's the girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's
I got shot, babe. I think it was you. She's like, what?
Sorry, the script's gonna
You're
jump.
not allowed to call me.
The script jumped the shark a little.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for rewrites.
Yeah, it being an ex-girlfriend is really the beautiful button we needed to get closure on this wonderful story.
Yeah, nah, dude. Fucking doing all this to impress a girl.
To impress a girl. Calls a girl, I got shot. Oh my God, are you okay? It was a dark-skinned male. Okay.
You gotta understand, she's racist. If you knew, the thing is, she loves racism.
She loves racism.
If I could just implore.
Yeah. Her second love was me, but her first love
the third right.
was hate.
Damn.
All right. Well, shout out,
shout out
Thomas,
this guy.
whatever the fuck, Mashia. Good luck to you, my
we'll
brother.
See you on Tubi.
Yeah.
Can't wait for this one.
Yeah. Let's go on to the next story. Ashton, you got this one. Yeah.
My turn to read.
Going to Philly, I believe.
In Philly with it. The Philadelphia Inquirer. When an elderly Langhorne woman told police one of her relatives had taken jewelry from her home in 2020, prosecutors said she had no idea the officer who responded to her call would spend the next 4 years scheming to steal her money and even take her home, all while professing to love her.
Oof.
Carlito Cortez, 59.
First of all, Carlito Cortez. That sounds like a man who is like using love to scheme on
Carlito
you.
Cortez.
Carlito! Yeah, it's fucking Zorro ass motherfucker is coming with a mask on to rob you for everything.
My love.
Yes, fucking Antonio Banderas ass guys.
No, every time he appears, wind is blowing.
Yeah, and he's next to like a 79-year-old lady.
Fabio ass cop.
Yeah.
This fucking. But my dear, you will not do it. Yeah. You will not sign over your will for your love. But, yeah, this nigga's fucking just romantic ass name.
Yeah, too romantic. Yeah.
But Carlito Cortez, 59 years old, a former police officer in Yardley and Langhorne, wormed his way into the 76-year-old woman's life, moving into her home, persuading her to hire his mistress as a live-in aide, and convincing her to give him medical power of attorney, according to court documents filed Wednesday. Damn.
It's like
this shit is oof.
Doing this podcast, it's such a mix of like, all right, nothing's gonna surprise me anymore, but then every week it's like, oh, a new one.
No, this is all my children ass.
It is,
plot.
bro. Yeah, it is. This is the shit my mom watched when I was sick from school. This fucking general hospital ass shit. He brought his mistress in.
Bro, a mistress, the love triangle plot. Yeah. Oh my God. I love the young and the rest.
Yeah. Fucking, there's a mistress. Carlito. There's a guy named Carlito. Power of attorney is involved. Yo.
There's a fucking plot to take an old woman's money. Oh, this is some shit my granddad and grandma would just sit in front of the fucking TV.
Yeah. Carlito's a man who dies, comes back again, dies again.
If this is what these plots are, I need to be watching soap operas. This is crazy. Okay. Back to the story. Carlito even recruited a former Yardley Borough councilman and lawyer to help him draft documents to make him the beneficiary of the woman's $500,000.
How do people get other people to take part in their evil schemes?
Because old people are easy to manipulate.
I guess, but still, it's just so. There's no way you could justify. There's no way to become like, dude, trust me, this old vulnerable lady, she deserves what's coming to her. Trust me, bro.
It's crazy. My pastor was scamming old people. My pastor did like 7 years in jail. For real, dude. And I was like, I consciously watched it happen. I literally watched. You remember CW, like Houston's? I know this is a side story, but I'll get back to the story. But it's like you're talking about how can people do it, bro. I came home.
I see the blueprint.
I came home from work at the Department of Health. Get home at 5. I didn't have cable. the news was actually interesting. Like they had this like 30-minute news show that came on at 5 on CW, and I would watch it. It was like hip millennial news, and I would watch it. In the middle of me fucking watching it, there literally I do it as a joke, but it's really physically what happened. They were like, top story, local pastor Kirby John Caldwell was indicted on fraud charges, and his head popped up next to the square. And
in front of your favorite investigative reporting news team.
Like, what? I was like, what? My pastor I've known since I was like 12.
Yeah.
I'm like at a fully grown man anyway.
Yeah, because it's awesome. Anytime your favorite show has like a celebrity cameo that you're excited about.
Shit. But then they're like, he was indicted for selling Ming Dynasty bonds to old women in Louisiana.
Ming Dynasty bonds.
Yeah. He was like, these have yes, dude. Yeah, he was indicted for selling Ming. But that's just it's so to the point of scamming old women.
Yeah,
people.
I guess it's all pastors and cops out there.
Cops, you gotta look out for these fucking.
Double check your Ming Dynasty bond purchases. All the elderly people listening.
Might be bogus. Might be a little bogus. But
might be a deal too good to be true.
But we'll continue. He even recruited a former Yardley Borough councilman and lawyer to help him draft documents to make him the beneficiary of the woman's $500,000 estate. Bucks County District Attorney Jen Shorn said, calling Cortez very calculated and very charismatic. He took painstaking steps to gain her trust. And after he succeeded in gaining her trust, he used a calculated scheme to defraud the victim that took place over the course of several years, she said. Cortez worked as an officer in Yardley from 2013 to 2023 and as a part-time officer in Langhorne from 2016 to 2024 when he resigned after county detectives served a search warrant at his home in connection with the alleged theft. After meeting the woman while investigating a reported jewelry theft at her home in 2020, Cortez visited her with increasing frequency over the next few years, the affidavit said. He told the woman he loved her. She later told police, but only when she did things for him.
I mean that's the definition of a transactional relationship. This is why boomers need to kind of listen to their millennial. Like our generation has come up with therapy terms for all this shit, and we would have immediately been like, that's a transactional relationship. That's toxic. That's not healthy. You need to get out of there ASAP.
It's very one-sided. This is a 50-50 relationship. I would prefer, or like that would get into the 50-50 conversation where many people, don't agree that they think that a man should be paying for everything. And this is just reverse gender roles. The woman paying for everything. Yeah. So honestly, I'm a little on his side.
That's what he was saying to her.
Reading from the Book of Future.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yes, Cortez, who also previously worked as a handyman at an apartment complex in Warminster, performed minor work around the woman's home, including unclogging a drain and fixing her heater, authorities said. But the woman later complained to her neighbor that Cortez was leaving more complicated work unfinished. The affidavit said, eventually Cortez began storing his belongings in the woman's home.
Red flag.
Including his police uniform and spending nights there. The affidavit said, it seemed he intended to move in. Investigators said. This thing says investigator says way too many times. Sorry. Damn. Yeah, that is a true red flag.
Yeah, that's a mooching ass partner 101.
Dude, if I came home and I opened up a drawer, there was a police uniform in there, I would burn my house down. I'd start levitating from pure.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because like that's what a girl will like leave like her a pair of shoes, like some jewelry at your place. You see what's coming. It's like, I know what's happening. He left his taser in my drawer. He left his favorite pepper spray. I know he's coming back to get it.
Oh, you left your bullets here so you can come back. I know. You're not slick. You called me. I'm gonna come back and pick them bullets up tomorrow.
I just love you so much, babe.
Then he comes back and he's like, he sees a fire department helmet. He's like, what the fuck? That's not yours. I ain't no goddamn.
We don't put out fires. We don't do things of use.
Just fucking.
She has the whole city in her house.
fucking councilmen and shit. No. By 2022, Cortez had convinced the woman against her protest that she needed a live-in aide. The affidavit said he recommended she hire a woman who police later learned was not licensed to serve as a home care aide and was in an extramarital relationship with Cortez. Damn.
These are the days of our
Damn.
lives.
She's like, the worst part, tried to make me a polycule. I can't- that was the real crime. But a home care aide and was in an extramarital relationship with Cortez and had the victim pay her $3,000, according to the affidavit. That would be aide later testified before a grand jury that when Cortez recruited her for his scheme, he told her the victim was loaded, according to court filings. Around that time, investigators said Cortez persuaded the woman to give him medical power of attorney, and when he had her sign legal paperwork, she said she realized that the document before her also included financial power of attorney and a will, something she told police they had not discussed.
Damn. A lot of it is like him like underestimating that she's like a
senile.
Yeah, he assumes he could get like all this stuff is like
I
insane.
see this. It's a will. Oh.
Yeah, she's like, I can read still,
yeah,
idiot.
she's like 70,
76, I think it said.
And she's like clearly catching on to all his schemes.
Yeah.
Like each by...
She's like, you didn't even finish fixing the heater. Like, I'm not giving you all my finances.
Yeah, but fuck, I'm lonely, so yeah, you can come back tomorrow.
Yeah. Your name is, what is his name?
Carlito Cortez.
Alejandro, oh yeah. Carlito.
The girls at the book club, I gotta have these stories. It's the only thing that's really bringing life to me right now.
Our bridge games will be so boring now.
I gotta get scammed. But while serving the search warrant on Cortez's home in 2024, detectives found copies of the woman's original will, as well as a revised version she had signed at Cortez's behest, authorities said. She told police she had never given Cortez permission to take those documents. Cortez later told the grand jury that the woman had given him the documents, an explanation that the panel said flies against the face of testimony from the victims and others involved in the case, according to the affidavit. Cortez is scheduled to appear before a district judge for a preliminary hearing on May 28th.
Damn. Yeah.
My boy. Damn.
I mean, this is the type of shit you see in movies and TV, and to see someone like attempting to do it in real life, it is funny. I mean, mostly it's just completely absurd. Crazy. It's just so ridiculous.
Well, it's just like the note of like, holy shit, there's horrible human beings out there who take advantage of
because it's sociopathic. Because it's like, it's not like we're gonna go rob this place. It's like this man is putting in years of like work,
manipulation,
they definitely whatever like relationship they do or don't have. Like there is some relationship that exists between these two people.
You spend it takes a true psychopath to spend time with a person, and then to eventually, because like just the way I'm gonna say human nature works, you can spend, the more you spend time with a person, just physically, you know them. You're just accustomed to their energy. Let's get on our woo-woo crystal bitch vibe. You're just like, oh, I know this person I care about. Like, eventually, there's gonna be a thing you care about, and for after that, all these years, for you still to be like, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah,
it's like
and it's a true thing. It's a psychological phenomenon. They've studied it that. Just seeing a stranger throughout your day, throughout your week, multiple times, just by virtue of seeing them, you will be more likely to trust them.
That's like what a basis of like human connection is. And when you spend time with your family,
this guy's like, excellent.
I'll take advantage. Yeah, I'll use that the human thing we call love.
Yeah.
I'll flip it. But what I'm saying is, it's like the story on itself. You're just like, oh, this is a window into a horrible, dark, psychotic, evil, like a type of human being that's just like, there's something at your core. You're like, oh, you're a demon. You're just a demon, a fucked up ass individual. And then you move one layer out and you're like, oh, that's a cop.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that nigga's a cop.
Yeah, and like a councilman. That part is funny too. Like that guy's not gonna win re-election. Whatever negative campaign ad he puts, like my opponent wants to raise your taxes. Ad is like, my opponent robbed an old lady's house, stole a house from an old lady.
Truly diabolical ass nigga. It's like they're scamming. Move over, Nigerian princess. There's a new deputy in town scamming.
Move over, Indian guy screaming on the phone.
There's literally a new deputy in town scamming old women, and it's the deputy. It's the actual deputy.
It's the sheriff.
It's the sheriff.
There's a new sheriff in town. He's the deputy.
Yeah, he's scamming old women, and it's that. It is the deputy. But that is the second story of the day. We will move on.
Crazy story. Next story. Again, this was another hilarious story. This one is more victimless, so we could really enjoy this one. We're going to Westminster, California. Reading from CBS here. A Southern California police officer was caught partying at the Stagecoach Music Festival while collecting more than $600,000 in workers' compensation for a head injury that prosecutors allege was faked. Westminster officer Nicole Brown, 39, was charged Monday with 15 felonies of workers' compensation and insurance fraud, the Orange County District Attorney's Office said in a news release. She faces up to 22 years in prison if convicted. Brown was on the job March 21st, 2022, when she received a minor abrasion to her forehead while trying to arrest an uncooperative suspect. She told her watch commander that she had a headache and was feeling dizzy. Though an emergency room doctor who examined her that day released her back to work without restrictions, she called out sick for several days and was diagnosed with a severe concussion about a week after the initial injury. She was placed on total temporary disability, which made her eligible to receive her full salary for up to a year and 2/3 of her salary after that. So to me, this is like, all right, she was planning on doing this. Like the first time she got a fucking minor abrasion.
They hired a scam artist. It's pretty cool. I love it. I love it.
This is the scam episode.
I'm like, because the more money they take from the police, that money could have gone to the city. So I'd be like, fuck.
But if the police are getting these giant budgets, I would rather the cop be like partying at a music festival than actually like doing her job, harassing a poor person trying to sleep on a bench, right? That's what she would be doing otherwise.
This is actually peak girl bossing. People don't know. People don't know this is actually like the top tier. She got the wrong job though. She's like, she want to go.
She was cut of the cloth of Elizabeth Holmes.
Yeah, she's
cut of the cloth of Martha Stewart. Yeah. What is she doing small time out here?
Well, she's like, she want to make $600,000, be at music festivals. Girl, you're supposed to get one of them project manager work from home jobs, the fake email jobs. That's what she wants to do. She's living in her soul. She on her exterior is cop, but on her interior is like fake email job girl.
Oh, you're talking about like multi-level marketing?
Yeah, well, not even multi-level marketing, just fake email job. Like the thing, the foundation of Williamsburg.
I get what you're saying.
Where we are, how the economy that it's that bolsters it is daddy's money.
Yeah,
and fake email jobs.
I put emails in a database and then I send that over to a guy who puts that in another database
and like just.
Yeah.
Jobs that don't help society.
Sure.
That's what she wants.
Or you could or a cop.
Yeah.
She is doing a version of that.
Yeah. As equal benefit to society. Yeah.
But let's keep going here. Later, investigators would find out that during the 3 days she called out sick after her injury, Brown went to several soccer conferences in San Diego. In the following year, while collecting disability, she also ran in 2 5K races, went snowboarding or skiing in Big Bear and Mammoth, attended baseball games, played golf, went to Disneyland, and took online courses with a local university, prosecutors alleged. Yeah, you can't pretend to be disabled and then go on the most able-bodied streak of activities I've ever heard in my life.
What are you saying? Disabled people can't walk?
I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you can't collect workers' comp and disability and be in the X Games and going off of snowboard ramps and
that is pretty sick. Maybe she's just breaking the glass ceiling for disabled, but she's showing what you can do with a minor
It's actually a very inspiring story.
Wow. I once had a scratch on my forehead, and it took me. And I thought I couldn't do anything. I had a minor headache, and I was like, I'm out for the day. This lady's doing X Games.
Yeah.
This is
that lady who just won 20 races in a row at Funplex go-karts.
Yeah.
Did you know she's actually collecting workers' comp right now? That is so inspiring.
That is, shout out to her, to be honest.
Yeah.
I will say the thing that actually disgusts me is learning that there are worse things at music festivals than like white girls with dreads. White girls wearing fucking
cops
sombreros.
defrauding the taxpayer.
It's like, the white girl wearing a sombrero is. I'm sorry. That's not. This is way worse.
Yeah, I'm more pissed off at this. Like, sorry, white lady covered in henna. I'm more angry.
You know what? I'm realizing there's a lot more harm being done over here. I was so caught up on you that see this lady stealing $600 for $600,000 from the city.
Yeah. I also love that this lady also was taking online courses. Like, she's really living her best life.
Bettering herself.
Yeah, it's very proud. She true, like you said, she is girl bossing, and I'm genuinely proud of her.
Off the police money.
Yeah.
I love it. That's kind of not bad. It's bad, but like when I can't get mad. I'm trying.
Dude, you know what we talk about usually on this podcast? This is a heartwarming ass story.
I can't get mad at it. I'm trying to like feign
I like
anger.
I like this lady. I'll go out and say it. According to prosecutors, Brown's ongoing complaints were headaches, dizziness, sensitivity to light and noise, problems processing thoughts and words. And we should all be taking notes and writing this down. How we can all get out of work.
When people actually talk about changing the system from within, this lady. This is what you have to do.
Yeah. I'm going to take all the resources, and it's going to Lollapalooza.
Just going to the police department, putting up a do not slip sign, and just fucking slip.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see you guys at fucking Coachella, bitches. See you bitches at Coachella.
The district attorney's office began their investigation into potential fraud after she was seen by several people dancing and drinking. She's getting caught. And she flew too close to the sun here at Coachella. April 2023 at the Stagecoach Music Festival, an annual country music festival held in the Coachella Valley with loud music and bright lights everywhere. This was reported to Westminster Police Department. 3 days after the festival, Brown and her stepfather, so now her stepfather's involved, Brown and her stepfather attended a Zoom meeting where she sat in a dark room and said she was unable to look at the screen.
Damn.
Yeah, because they're fucking hungover from doing Molly for 3 days.
She's like, sunglasses and Advil.
Yeah. She's like, I can't look up. She's like, well, can you get the Native American headdress off your head? Maybe you'll be able to see us then. Sorry, she says she was unable to look at the screen. Her stepfather said she still could not do paperwork or take phone calls. After the meeting, she was admitted to an inpatient center for traumatic brain injury. Prosecutors say Brown collected more than $600,000 from the city of Westminster, which includes her full salary and medical expenses. Her stepfather, Peter Schumann, 57, of Buena Park, has also been charged with 2 felonies related to insurance fraud and helping commit a crime. In 2021, the Westminster Police Department shared a post on social media featuring Brown to mark Women's History Month. The department said Brown's advice to women and young girls was, quote, reflect, accept, and learn from all situations. A person's differences can be utilized, keyword utilized, to accomplish tasks and challenges that at one time seemed impossible.
Damn. They got her like Rosie the Riveter.
I mean, I'm inspired.
Yeah, she's like, she did it. Or, we can do it.
Yeah. I'm with her, and I am with her.
No, that's,
Shout out this cop. Shout out Elizabeth Holmes. Shout out Hillary Clinton. Shout out all the girl bosses we got in this wonderful world.
Yeah. Is she going to jail?
I I don't
That
know.
would be
It's
a
so
shame.
funny. Like I'll read out loud the whole article, and then you ask me a question on it. I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. It sounds like she's not going to jail yet. It sounds like prosecutors are investigating. She's having to talk to people, so we don't know yet.
Okay, well, free her.
Yeah, free her.
Free her. She just want to go out and party.
Yeah.
You know, she fucking. What's she guilty of? Huh? Having a brat summer? That's all.
Fraud. Listeners, I was doing giant air quotes.
But that to me is like Pete Brat. Like, you know, them girls who are like, they're like drunk. They're like fucked up after the club. They're like high. They got shades on. And they don't realize they just committed a heinous crime. Yeah. You just ran over 2 people. Fuck you. Yeah. I don't care. What are you talking? You know, free her.
So, last story of the episode. Ashton, you got this one?
Back second home with it, because we're in New York. Our first home is Houston.
True.
But in New York City, via New York Times, failing news, fake media, a New York police inspector was transferred after allowing dozens of prospective officers to continue in the hiring process, even though they failed to meet mental health standards set by the department, according to 2 people briefed on the matter. Terrell Anderson, who had commanded the candidate assessment division, was sent to the housing unit because officials learned he had overridden negative psychological reports for 80 fucking candidates. Let me reread that.
Yeah.
This nigga overridden negative psychological reports for 80 candidates.
Yeah, he crossed out their answers and wrote, "I'm feeling fine."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm good."
Yeah, he turned their frowns upside down. He's like, well, when you look at the paper from this way, they're happy now.
Yeah.
The evaluation. It's like the circle evaluation. Anyway. Yeah, no, 80 mentally unstable ass people are just in a unit, just a fucking unit of Chris Benoit's rolling around, horrifying backup. But it is not clear how many of the candidates went on to graduate from the academy and become police officers. The psychological report had been overridden over the past several years, according to one of the people. In a statement, the police said the inspector, Anderson, had been transferred and that the matter was under investigation. So basically, this guy was just crazy. People were just coming up and he's like, let him on. So you remember George Bush's No Child Left Behind program? This was that, but for
no psycho left behind.
Yeah. Holy fuck. That's just like.
Look, y'all said you wanted us to be more inclusive. All right, we're doing our best.
Yeah, no, and they didn't even fire him. He's just coaching for the Browns now. They're like, he's used to handling a team full of CTE. It's just like, that's this guy.
He's taking over for Vince McMahon.
That's literally, this dude was just letting Aaron Hernandez just pass on through. Yeah, you seem good to me. All right, can I go? Just nigga,
he said he's ready to bust heads.
This nigga just come in chewing bricks. I'm ready. Put me in.
Yeah. And it's hilarious because it's like cops. So it's like, cops. Like, I feel like most people would read like, oh, he was allowing people to pass even though they failed their psychological exams. People read that. They're like, wait, cops take psychological exams?
I know.
That seems like news to me.
I'm telling you, that the image seared in my head will never, I'll never forget. In the BLM protest, the day I got like hit or whatever, when I was like out, I was wilding in the front, and they like kettled us, and then they're like, turn back around at the kettle. It was like the wall of cops, and they literally had like I'd say he was like 6'8", white dude, just looked like, oh my God, he looked like the Aryan Brotherhood, like made him in a lab. He like fucking his vein, he was all red, his neck was red, he had veins popping up.
He's like Bane, but he's like, all lives matter.
He literally was like Bane, and it was the most crazy, this is the most crazy imagery I've ever seen in my life. He had a collar on with a chain, like a Rottweiler.
What?
And it was another swole black cop holding him back.
A collar like on his neck?
A collar on his neck. I can't remember if it was on his neck or on his waist.
Yeah.
I just remember the chain, the collar on him, chain, and it was a black guy holding him on some like.
That's pretty cool though.
On some Kanye and a Klan outfit shit. I was like, what the fuck is happening? He was, but the dude was like, he was like literally, mind you, it's little Indian girls, little fucking stop. little NYU students,
Yeah.
like just the most.
That first night was fun.
Niggas who've been subsiding on hot dog water and fucking
Yeah.
just the most verses. Fucking what's the Street Fighter character Guile, the nigga who
with the flat top, the military
the
guy.
flat top.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, and so I'll never forget him holding him back and him just looking like like the Hulk, like just being held back by this black cop, like holding him down. So like, yeah, these
He's like Juggernaut.
psycho.
Yeah.
They like, no, we take psychopaths, man. Shit, our favorite ones are the psychopaths.
That guy had pretty good scores. That guy beat the curve.
Also, yeah, shit, like it's just like show me a normal cop, just like a straight late. All the normal cops are all like the most normal cop you'll get is like I love Jesus,
Yeah.
I love my wife. They're still psychopaths. There's nothing wrong with loving Jesus, but it's like how they're like, yeah, no, I just see Christ is king, and I have to basically kill everything that isn't Christ. Everything that doesn't. I'm just a simple, good, God-fearing man, and if you don't fear God, you're about to. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, those type of. That's the most normal cop you'll get.
Sure, yeah. I want to know what the psychological evaluations are for cops. Like, I'm just imagining them like the Rorschach test. They're looking at ink blotters. The guy's like, it's like, hey, so what do you see in this one? He's like, well, I don't know why you're showing me a picture of my wife having sex with a dark-skinned male.
No, or it's like,
why the fuck would you show me? I'm actually pretty pissed off that you're showing me
like,
that. The lady taking the exam is like, okay, I'm just going to write down pass.
Or it's just like, what do you see here? Black guy with a gun. What do you see here? Black guy with a gun. What do you see here?
No.
Black guy with
It's like a picture of a phone, gun.
gun. Gun.
Picture of a wallet, gun. Yeah.
Gun? What is this? What are we doing here? I could be out saving the day right now. Instead, I'm in here.
She hands him a pencil to write down his answers. Like, put down that gun!
Gun! He shoots her and then he looks in his hand. Gun!
Yeah. She's lying in a puddle of blood. She's like, all right, you're passed.
Well,
yeah, I think that's our show.
that's our weekly roundup of fucked up shit cops do
Thanks for listening
for this week.
And come over to the Patreon. We got a hot one for y'all.